Hello and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where today we have a full deck and missing a few cards Sudoku puzzle with some thermos and some little killers. There's a link as always if you want to try it. And let me go over the rules real quick. Fairly simple one today in terms of rules. So each of these diagonals needs to sum to the digit that it claims or the number that it claims. So, for example, these three cells sum to 9, these two sum to 10, these two sum to 15, and so on. And the digits along these thermos have to get bigger starting from the bulb. So basically, you imagine like the numbers on a like on a thermometer you put outside. The low ones are at the bottom, then they go up higher. These have to do the same thing. So that's the bulb, and then we have to get strictly larger every time we walk along the thermo. And strictly isn't a huge deal in this particular puzzle, as you can see. For some reason, the 17 clue is hiding slightly behind the rules, but I assume that will be okay. I assume Tris will just like CGI out this number pad or something. Alrighty, so let's get started. There's a link if you would like to try it the same way there's a link if you would like to try it. Let's see. So I see this 15 clue. You can't do anything less than 6, which isn't a huge deal. This number is part of a 3-cell sum to 9, so it's at most 6, but also it's the third digit along a thermo, so there's 2 digits smaller than it. So I do see that this is only from 3, 4, 5, or 6. I'm going to just go around and mark similar things in each of these. This 8 sum, this is a 2-digit sum to 8. This number is at least 4, but it can't be 4, because if it was, then that would also be a 4, because 4 plus 4 is 8. So in fact, this is only a 5, 6, or a 7, with that being a 1, 2, or 3. In order... Oh, never mind. Sorry, I was thinking that was that. Okay, yeah, so this number is at least 4... but I don't really know anything other than that. These numbers involved in a 3-cell sum to 9 are all at most 6, but this one is partially along a thermo. This one is actually quite a ways along a thermo. And in fact, actually, given that this one is at least 4, these two can't be 4, 5, or 6, actually. That's going to do it. Okay. So, if you have one number on your thermo, if you only have one number on your thermo, what am I talking about? If you have 3 cells that sum to 9 and only one of them is from 1, 2, 3, then their minimum sum is 1 plus 4 plus 5, which is 10, which is too many. So 2 of them need to be from 1, 2, 3, but this one can't be because it's the 4th along a thermo. And so that one's a 2, 3. That one is a 1, 2, 3, so that we can have those. And now this one is a 1 or a 2, which actually gives us a triple of 1, 2, 3, which seems useful potentially. This is an 8 or a 9, just because those two add to 10. Okay, this can't be a 6, because if this was a 6, then we'd need a 2 and a 1 running along here in a way that would break that cell, right? There'd be no 3 in the box if this was a 6, because that'd be a 2, 1, nothing. So... Five, 1, 3 looks okay. 2, 3, 4 looks okay. I think those combinations are okie dokie. Oh, here's the point. What is this digit that's smaller than 4 or 5, but isn't 1, 2, or 3? It's got to be a 4. That's actually very nice. That's very clever. Yeah. So this digit's a 4. making that digit a 5, which now means these two add to 4, so they need to be 3 and 1 with a 2 there, making that an 8. So the 9 in this box, which is what I was about to ask about, has to go there. Okay, so this is only 6, 7, so this is only 8, 9. Okay, and what are these? Oh, these are also 6 and 7. Okay, so that's 6, that's 7, that's 8, that's 9. Okay, and then this is also quite restricted, but maybe I will wait slightly before I wade too far into that and thinking about that. I do know that, again, these are at most 6 by virtue of being part of a 3-cell 9 sum. Oh, I can't actually make this one 6 because I would need to make those 1, 2, and that one can't be as small as 2. In fact, actually, this one can't be as small as 3 either because the 1 is gone. So actually, this one's at minimum 2, 3, 4. So actually, that one's not 3. And we can repeat our argument from before that we need 2 1, 2, 3s. That's not a 1, 2, 3. So these both are. And so we get that combination. 6, 1, 2 is maybe okay. 5, 1, 3 seems fine. Okay, what about this digit? It's at least 4, but it's not 4 or 5. So this is 6, 7, or 9. Now, it's not a 9 because a 9 here would go with a 2 here to make that sum to 11, which would clash. So it is 6 or 7 with a 4 or 5 over there is what I seem to see. Tells me that number's at least 6, but I don't see much I'm doing with that. Let's see. This number's at least 3 by virtue of where it is on the thermo. In fact, it's at least 4 by virtue of where it is on the thermo because of this cell marked 1, 2, 3. Because if this were a 3, it would go 3, 2, 1, broken. So this is at least 4, and it's not bigger than 5 because of the column. So that actually seems quite nice. We have a rogue 4, 5 pair, actually. By the way, if I just think about what these can be, they can be a 1, 2, and a 2, 3. Okay, what is the rest of this column? I guess I can fill in. 2, 3, 4, 5. These aren't 4 or 5, right? So this one is 4 or 5 because of that 4, 5 pair. And so this digit is a 1. It just is because it's less than 2, 3, and it's not 2 or 3. So we actually get all of those digits in. Okay, so the 9 is here. That's a 6, 7, just for that column, I mean. Okay, so this box still needs a 1, and that 1 can now only go there. Okay, and then we've got a 4, 5, and a 6, 7 left, and the 4, 5 is less than the 6, 7, so it goes in that order. So this is 2, 3, 4. This is 1, 2, 3. I don't know that that's very exciting. Okay, but that 1 is actually quite powerful because now this is either 4 plus 1, you'd need an 8, or 5 plus 1, and you'd need a 7 in order to make this work. So this is a 7 or an 8, and I guess this is 6, 7, or 8. Just by virtue of that, but the 8 is over there, but I already knew that. This number here is more than 1, and at most 5, because if this number is at most 8, so... Oh, in fact, actually, I can do even better. Because this is at most 8, but we can't quite go 8, 7, 6 because we'd break this. So actually, the most we go is 8, 7, 5, 4. So this number is a 2, 3, or a 4. That's part of my 17 sum. So that makes this number at least 7, because this is maximum 6 plus 4, so this needs to be 7, 8, or 9. Of course, I don't see any reason it can't just be 9. I do see that by Sudoku, there's an 8 in this box that has to go along this thermo. I don't know if that's too exciting. I guess I know one of these is an 8, 9, or something like that. Doesn't sound great as useful things. I guess I know one of these is a 9, but that somehow feels even worse as in terms of being useful. Let's see, am I like missing... Oh yeah, the 1 is the thing. So the 1 in this box isn't over here, and it's not in this row. So one of these two is a 1, which knocks 1 out of this cell, which knocks 2 out of that cell. Which feels plausibly useful. Just going to fill in the 3, 4, 5, 6 there. Okay, the maximum these two can sum to, I guess, is 13, which means this needs to be at least 4. So it's never a 3, I guess I can at least say. Yeah, and 6 plus 9 is 15 plus 2. That would work. Yeah, these are 4, 8, or 5, 7. Oh, does the 5, 7 combination break every way to make 11? Yeah, it does. Yeah, so I can't do 5, 7. Okay, yeah, this is an old trick that you see every now and then. So, I mean, I guess the other way to do it that's maybe easier is to say these cells sum to 24 total. Those sum to 9. So, therefore, these sum to 15. What way am I making a 7, 8 and a 6, 7 sum to 15? It better be as a 7 and an 8. And so then that tells you, okay, well, that's a 6, 7, 6. And anyway, that now makes that be 4 and that be 5. And then you get all of that. So that is very reasonable. I just wasn't paying attention to that kind of thing. Let's see. Okay, so this is actually at least 5, and this is at least 6 just by the row now, because there's a 2, 3 pair I see in row 8 now. What else am I doing with my life? I forget. Right. This stopped being able to be 4. So now the most these can sum to is 9. So now this has to be at least 8. Unfortunately, that like duplicated the same work. Oh, maybe I can roll 4 out of this cell now, actually, because now these are at most 9 plus 3, which is 12, means this needs to be at least 5, which means this is always at least 6, which means this can't be a 3. So it is a 1 or a 2. Uh-oh, it says I missed something. What did I screw up? What? Did I not do the math right? Oh, I didn't do the math right. Sorry. I'll go back to this part and do this part again because I forgot the 1 is what I forgot. So the other way to think about this, if you think about this correctly, is that these cells sum to 24. So these cells sum to 20. So if I take out that 10, these cells sum to 14, and ask how am I going to make these sum to 14? And so it's not as 7 plus 7, but as 6 plus 8. That's maybe the more elegant way of handling that particular exchange. Unfortunately, when I did this, I forgot to include the 1, so you may have noticed some time rewindy bits, and you may see me now paranoidly checking to see if I have screwed up one of the pieces of arithmetic in the puzzle again. Okay, but that all works out. Okay, so that's a 5. And now that's a 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that makes that not a 5. Oh, so that is a 5 and a 4. Oh, that's a 3 now. Okay, so that does feel much better than what I did before, for the record. Let's see. So now these are at most 13. That still works. Oh, this just is a 1, so this just is a 7. That's probably a good thing to notice. Okay, but these still seem to have options, annoyingly. Let's see. 7 by Sudoku in this box is in one of these two places. I don't see why it can't just go 7, 8, 9, though, annoyingly. Okay, so this digit is at least 4, so this is at least 6, so this is at least, I mean, I know this one's at least 8 already, so that doesn't help. What is left in this row? We still need a 5 and the other 8, 9. That doesn't feel super useful. Oh, I do know that the 1 is down here now. I probably have known this for a while. One of these two digits is the 1, so the 1 in this box has to be here, owing to that 1. It's always Sudoku, isn't it? It's always Sudoku that gets me. Okay, so now in this row, now we know where every digit is except 1, 8, 9. Well, the other 8, 9 is there, and then we know the 4 and the 7 go there. So that's not a 4. Okay, and so now that's not a 6. So that's a 5 and a 1, just to make the math work. Okay, that seems helpful. Okay, so this is a 3, actually, because it's not a 1 or a 2, and it's at most 3. So that's a 3, 4, and 5. When you don't add wrong, the end of this is very very kind in terms of these things. Okay, so now a 7. Oh, yeah, that is a 7 now, just by Sudoku. The 7 into this box is there, making that an 8. Making that a 9. Okay, so we know one of these two is a 1, just by diligent corner marking. One of these is a 2, and the other is a 6, and yep, they sure are. These are a 2, a 6, or a 9. There's a 7 in this column. Can the 7 possibly go there? It cannot. Definitely can't go there. So actually the 7 is placed and the 1 is placed. So that's good. We've got some 7-age happening over here. Let's see. There's a 3 going in here. The 2 in this column can only go in one of those two places. Okay, so what about if I just mark some of the thermos that I've been resisting marking? Let's see. This digit is at least 4, and that one's at least 5. That doesn't seem useful. We'll try it. Sorry, this one can't be 5, apparently. There's a 5 in the row. So it's actually at least 6. But it's not 7, and it's not 9, so it could be 8. Okay, so then at maximum, this is 8. And so this is now 6. It could be 5. No, it can't be 5 either. Okay, so this is more restricted than it looks. Okay, this is not a 1 or a 2. That's got to be it, right? This is at least 3, 4. So now that's not a 4. This is at least 5. But this is at most 6. So this is at most 5 and at most 4. But this can't even be 5. So it's actually 4 and 3 are just forced. And so now... I was trying to see if I could do something cute with the parity here, but I don't think so. Because I know one of these is even and one of them's odd, but I think I could do 962, or I could do 854, because the even digit is not the bigger one both times. It's one of each. Certainly at least 4, so this is at least 6. So it's only 6 or 8. Oh, this isn't 9 anymore. I see. That's probably been true for a long time, and I never looked at it. This is not 8, because it would make that 9, and I think that's been true. Yeah, that's been true for a long time. So that's an 8. Okay, so let's fill in this remaining triple that has kindly been gifted to us. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which makes that a 5. That is not a 5, and now I've got an 8, 9 pair, making that a 5 and a 6. Now these two need to make 11, which is only going to happen as 2 and 9. 2, 6, 4, 7, 4. 2... 6, 9, 6. Okay, there needs to be a 4 here just by Sudoku. One of these is a 3, so apparently it's that one, and that one's the 2. That's an 8. That's a 9. This is a 6. This is the only digit it can be. That one's the 5. That one's the 9. Let's see. We've got 2, 5, 8 here. So, oops, sorry. So that's the 2. These are a 5, 8 in some order. Here we've got a 1, a 2, and a 6. So that's the 1. That's the 2, and that's the 6. Here we've got a 3, 8, 9. That's the 3, the 8, and the 9, giving me the 5 and the 8. And now we've got a 1 here, a 5 here, and a 7 there. Very nice. Yeah, I screwed up the math, and it led me on a little bit of a wild goose chase, because the beautiful thing that was supposed to happen that made everything click together didn't happen because I did the math wrong. So the wrong digits popped up. But once I went back and correctly added to 11 and 13, everything worked out nicely. Shockingly enough. Very nice puzzle. I enjoyed that. That's a weird sort of setup. The Thermos did so much, even though it sort of felt like they were sort of dinky Thermos, but they really sort of carried through that. So very nice puzzle there. I enjoyed that a lot. Let me know in the comments how you enjoyed it. I do really enjoy people posting their times and their issues with the solve and what they checked the video for and all that kind of stuff. I really enjoy seeing that in the comments. So keep that up. Good work, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.